Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Denise here. I am about to ship out, I think 16 or 17 orders. I think one just came in that sold this weekend and today. It's Monday. Let's get started right away. I will do my chitter chatter as I am packing things up. I am trying the sit down strategy today. It's a new one for me, but we'll see how it goes. The first item I sold is just a basic pair. I think they're called the Pace Breaker. They are Lululemon men's shorts. They have some dust on them. They just fell on my garage floor, which is why I always keep a little spray and a microfiber cloth right next to my bench when I'm shipping, because sometimes that's all it takes to get rid of that appearance. These shorts are in really great condition. They look barely worn, but unfortunately they are black, and the lint on black things, man, it's a battle. I am in battle against black clothing. I actually love wearing black clothing, but oh my goodness, reselling black clothing and having the desire to send things that seem like they are in impeccable shape is frustrating. That's what I would like to say about that. You know, I'm not gonna wrap up these Lululemon shorts. That's what kind of mood I'm in today. These are going to Utah, and I actually sold another Lululemon item, and that item's going to Utah. These sold for $35. I have items in my closet that I don't send auto offers out on, and these shorts were one of those items because it was just in my closet for, I would say definitely under 2 weeks and potentially only 1 week. So I don't send out auto offers on particular items like Lululemon, like these sneakers you're about to see, like some items. I just have a little buffer of when I start to send out offers, and that's usually around 2 to 4 weeks after an item has been posted. I like to kind of see what kind of traction it's going to get, and if I can get a full price sale, I want to do that before I offer a discount to likers. It very much feels like spring in Colorado because it'll be 70 degrees one day and snowing the next. And I feel like I have the snow to thank for some of these sales, like this flannel shirt dress. The company that made this dress is called Pact, P-A-C-T. It's an organic clothing brand, and I'm almost 95% certain that their headquarters are out of Boulder, because I find a lot of brand new with tags Pact items at local thrift stores that feel like they were company donations. That is just a hunch I have. I don't know if that's true. I am not going to fact check myself on that. I'm just going with my hunch. What's funny about this dress is that it has been in my closet for quite some time, and I really just felt like, oh wow, I'm gonna have this until next winter, but it turns out, no, it's selling 1 week before May. I wish like there was some sort of formula to Poshmark or rhyme or reason, but I really just feel like we are at the mercy of people's whims, and I am happy that I was able to sell someone a long flannel shirt in May, almost May. The next item to sell is a Viore one-piece jumpsuit. It doesn't have an interior tag because they The tag is right here next to the pocket. The interior tag is like an iron-on kind of tag, and they tend to wash away over time. And I have one of these, and I got this from a friend of mine, and she told me it was a medium, so that's how I knew the size. I also tried it on, and it fit exactly like my other one, which is a little bit more of a green color. This is a black, and of course, just from storage, it has all sorts of little tiny lints on it, and I'm not making it any better by wearing this huge fuzzy wool sweater. So I'm contributing to the problem. This sold for $51, and this is also an item that I did not send offers on because it's only been posted in my closet for less than a week. I will joke, and please, if you fall into this category, take it with a grain of salt. But we have a Vuori store in Boulder, and it took over the Lululemon space that they vacated for a beautiful big new store a few doors down. And every time I go in there, I only own this exact jumpsuit in a green color from Vuori, and I always pick up Vuori. I think it's a hot brand. But I will say, it's a hot millennial brand. Millennials love Vuori. So I feel like Lululemon maybe, you know, goes all the way from like teenagers to grandmothers playing tennis. And Vuori just has that 30-something niche. They just do. It's not like a dig or anything. It's just the reality. The next item to sell is just a pair of Oakley, as in the sunglasses brand, chinos. They are an army green color. They're in pretty good condition. I 1000% picked these up at the bins. I will pick up Patagonia and certain brands that seem, I picked up like Armani Exchange lately, and I picked up Christian Dior, but for the most part, I am not sourcing men's clothes at full price retail thrift store prices, and if I do, it really has to kind of feel like a substantial piece. And so I would say for the most part that Oakley is a great brand, and you know, these sold fairly quickly for $27, but Oakley is not a brand that I would, you know, pay $9.99 for these. At the bins, yes, and I did, and I'm happy I did, and I think I would probably pick them up again. I was sort of just trying it out. I think that's the great thing about the bins is, as I've mentioned in like my last video, I have men's items are just like selling so well for me that, you know, I could potentially just try to do a men's sourcing trip the next time I'm at the bins. I feel like I don't know men's brands as well, so I really feel hesitant to sort of make that full retail plunge, but I could most definitely start picking up my men's clothes. The next item to sell is a pair of Driftwood jeans, and they sold for full price, which was $68. You know, I took a risk on Driftwood, and these are actually sold by Sundance as well as other places, but I think Sundance has really popularized Driftwood, and I feel like I took a chance on a pair of Driftwood new with tags jeans from my local Goodwill, and it really opened my eyes to picking up and sourcing Driftwood. Now, Driftwood usually sells, I would say, under 3 months for me, and sometimes a lot faster. And it's funny because these pair of jeans were in my closet for over 60 days, and Posh Sidekick relisted them for me. That used to be a task that I would do manually every single morning. I would relist items that were 60 days or older, up to 20 items. Sometimes I have more than 20 items in a day. And Posh Sidekick does that for me automatically. So what's funny is I was just thinking, I saw these when I was pulling out another pair of jeans, and I saw these and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe I still have these. Like, they are, I think, the cutest pair of Driftwood jeans that I've had. And I've sold, I'll put the pictures up, I've sold quite a number of Driftwood jeans. And so, funny enough, these got reposted. Thank you, Posh Sidekick. And they sold, I want to say, I will say, like, I will look when I'm, and put it up on the screen, but I want to say they sold within 3 or 4 days of being relisted. And so when it was fresh under the brand, they sold. So if you are not relisting items, that is 1000% a contributing factor to my success with all of these sales, is relisting items. I don't have anything. If you pull an inventory report right now and print it out, it'll be about 6 pages, and the oldest an item will be in my closet is 61 days. 60 days, 61 days. That's it. Don't let things get stale in your closet. Do not. You can keep track of, oh wow, I purchased these jeans in March and I posted them for the first time on March 10th, and I have reposted them X number of times, but don't let them sit in your closet for more than 60 days. So when you repost an item, and the manual process is to go into the listing, to edit it, and then to copy it, and then to delete the old version. So that's how you do it if you want to do it manually. And that's what I would do, honestly, every morning. That's what I would do. And I no longer have to do that. That task is totally off of my plate. Is Posh Sidekick worth it for $30 a month? Yes, it is. The next item to sell is just a Target brand gauze cotton dress. It has pockets. I leave no gauze cotton behind. It's a textured, very soft, very summery, lovely material. And I love owning and selling this fabric. So yes, I pick up Target brand in this material only, or I will say I also sell Target brands collaborations, so any designer brand that has collaborated with Target. I also, I mean, not every brand, but I am more inclined to pick up Target designer collaborations. Now, one thing I wanted to say was the video that I'm going to post this week, because I'm trying to post 2 posts a week, and one of them is a ship with me video, and the other one is just whatever seems to come up for me. Like this weekend, it was organizing and doing tasks around the house because it was snowy. But the next video I have coming up that I've decided I want to shoot is actually, I have noticed my relisted items have really been having a great sell-through rate lately. And some of these have been posted twice. They've been in my closet, say, for 8 months or 6 months or however long. So it's interesting to me to take a look at that. And I was gonna post a video. If anyone is interested, please leave a comment below. I was gonna post a video about my April sales and what has sold in a week or 2 weeks, no more than 2 weeks posted, because I think that's really important to keep a pulse on items that are selling really fast in your closet. Like, if I posted this dress, it's been in my closet for 8 months, okay, great. I'm still gonna pick up gauze dresses, but say I picked up this dress and it sold in 4 days. I wanna know what brand that is, what it's like, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for things that are similar to this. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like that fast sell-through rate is where it's at. Items that just can move out of my closet, I am really excited about. And I have to say, when I do a little scroll of my closet, if you go to my closet, your closet, but click on my closet, and then in the right, if you just scroll just in, and then you click on just in, and then you scroll, you can see and get a good sense of what items that you just recently posted in your closet, and it'll show items that are available and sold. So just take a close look at that sold. Hi friends, I am back. I may look a tiny bit different. I had to turn off my camera. It was overheating. It does that sometimes when it's like near the ring lights. And so I decided to go thrifting for a little bit. You know, it's like 8 o'clock at night and I pop into the Goodwill until closing. That's one of my famous moves because, so let's talk about this dress that I'm shipping out. This dress is from an And Other Stories, and I didn't know this until I became a reseller, but And Other Stories, I believe, is an H&M. It's the same company as H&M, like Madewell and J. Crew. So, funny story about this dress. I will put the picture up, but I actually purchased this exact dress at And Other Stories in Torino, Italy, and maybe it wasn't Torino. I think it was Torino. So I bought this dress in Italy and I still have mine, and I happened to find one sourcing, and because this dress is actually so incredibly gorgeous on, it's really like one of my favorite dresses. I have the most beautiful photos from Burano, Italy in this dress. So if you don't know, Burano is an island that is sort of off of Venice. You can take a water ferry there from Venice. I think my furnace is about to run. And it has all these, like every single house on the island is painted a different color. It's just a tiny little place, but it's so cool. It's sort of like Portobello Road, London meets Italy. And so I wore this dress there, and it was just so beautiful and picturesque. And honestly, this dress, I think I want to say I had for $58 or something in my closet, and I sold it for $43. And I just sold it today. And what's interesting about that is that someone had sent me a $30 offer, so half of what I wanted. And so of course I didn't take it, but I did accept $43 offer. Thank you to the person who paid $43 for this beautiful dress, and I'm sorry to the person who wanted to pay $30 and I did not accept your offer. The next item to sell is a pair of Lululemon. These are called the Sheer Will High Rise Tight, and they have all sheer fabric on the bottom of the leg. They're actually a really beautiful design. These barely have any wear to them, and I always like to make sure that there's no pilling on the inseams. And what's funny about these pants is I keep all of my Lululemon together. So tank tops, zip-up jackets, shorts, pants, even if they're joggers, they're all in the same bin. And I apparently have a ton of, not a ton, but I apparently have lots of black Lululemon. So when they're in the poly bags, it's really hard to decipher what is in the bag. And it's funny because I thought I had found the pants, and it turns out that I had found a pair of studio crops, so they were not the pants that I was looking for, and it took me quite some time and a lot of light to discover these pants, and I almost thought I was going to have my very first moment of like not being able to find a piece of clothing in my inventory. I got a little worried there for a minute, but everything's fine. I found everything, and yeah, these pants are super cool. they're very unique. I just feel like Lululemon has really just watered down what they produce, and you know, they're starting to bring back vibrant colors, but I really miss when they had a lot of diversity and kind of what they offer, like for example these sheer tights and things like that. So these are really neat. I hope the new owner loves these. They're in great condition, but once again they're black, and so of course you can see every little thing. So these Lululemon leggings sold for $55, and I have definitely had them in my closet for what I would consider to be a long time. I think that was a great sale price though, so I'm okay with them sitting for a little bit longer. The next item to sell is just this really cute, I was just looking at this in my closet today. I was scrolling my closet and I was just looking at this, and it's Spiritual Gangster, and it says good things on the horizon. And I know there are people who just simply kind of loathe picking up Spiritual Gangster and they won't buy it. Anyway, I do pick up Spiritual Gangster, and I like picking up Spiritual Gangster. They sell it at the yoga studio that I work at, and so I see a lot of Spiritual Gangster, especially the newer stuff, and I think it's really cute. I will say the one thing that bums me out about Spiritual Gangster like this is that it's now made in China and it used to be made in the United States, and I loved when all of it, I am a dork, and I love when things are made in the USA. They're like my favorite things to resell and to pick up and to source. When I see made in the USA, I just feel like there's something a little bit special about that company, because they are going out of their way to not make as big of a profit, and I appreciate that. It costs more to produce things in the United States than it does with very cheap labor in potentially poor conditions in other parts of the world. And so I appreciate when companies take the time to manufacture items in the United States. Now I will say, you know, that doesn't mean there aren't problems with factories in the United States and in Los Angeles selling clothes. I know for a fact they are, and that totally bums me out as well. But I'm just saying, in general, I appreciate when companies keep their labor in the United States. This sold for $18. Not a huge profit, but you know, it's just one of those things, like I couldn't leave it behind. It was adorable. So, you know, not everything is going to be an average sale price of $70. I'm okay with that, especially if it's a cute yoga-centric brand. Next item to sell is this J. Jill Pure Jill linen shirt. You can kind of see through it. It's a boxy style. It is absolutely beautiful. It's very like lightweight, obviously, and it's in great condition. I sold this for $26, and I will say I like picking up J. Jill linen lines. You know, love linen. It's just like something I like picking up, and I know that I'm gonna post it for $32 and it's gonna sell for about $25, and so if I can pick it up at my Honey Hole for $5, which is what they sell their bulk clothes at, they don't really mark up J. Jill unless it's a more substantial piece, then I'll pick it up for $5. I will sell it and, you know, make $15 on this. Not huge, but it's great. The next item to sell is a Todd Snyder shirt. I have not heard of this brand before. I picked it up because it had some nice details It was in good condition. It looked well cared for, and I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I do well selling men's clothes, and so this I definitely got at the bins. When you pick something up like this at the bins, it's $1.69 a pound, and it probably cost me $2 for this shirt, and I sold it for $29. So great. And guess what? This really lovely men's button-down shirt didn't go to the landfill. So that's a win in my book. Something else I wanted to talk about is the video that I just posted, which was some things that I, just do every day or every week as far as tasks are concerned for resellers. It's funny, I kind of got into the habit of making ship with me videos and talking about brands and what's selling, and I love talking about brands and learning about brands and seeing what's moving quickly through my closet. But there's this other side of reselling that, isn't going outsourcing, and I know some people, they just do thrift haul videos and they don't talk a lot about what they're selling because I don't really know what their sales are like, but they do like to go shopping, and so that's what their content is. And I really like to keep things varied with my task load and everything, so I most certainly want to show, wow, I haven't organized my shoes in 2 months and it's out of control, and I sell a lot of shoes. So to me, it was important to show, hey, I need to organize my shoe bins. Join me for organizing shoe bins. Maybe it's not that exciting, but maybe people like to see, wow, I noticed that I'm doing good selling shoes. I'm not sure how to handle my growing shoe collection, and then you see how another reseller organizes their shoes and knows, wow, that would really work for me, or that wouldn't work for me. And I went back and forth when I first started reselling. I didn't want to store my things in poly bags, and I store my shoes in gallon bags. And the reason for that is that shoes easily pick up scuffs and things, and if you invest time cleaning them and then photographing them, and then they get dirty or scuffed or marked in the storage process, and you pull them out and marks are there that weren't there when you photographed them, that feels crappy. The last clothing item to sell is this Dead & Company long sleeve summer tour shirt. I had purchased 2 of these for my daughters in 2017, and well, they're 5 years older now, and they kind of outgrew these shirts and the fit of these shirts. They would like to wear really, really big shirts, and this shirt, for example, is just a medium. So I sold both of these tour shirts for $55, and that's exactly what I paid for them at the stadium. Anyway, the funny thing about this shirt is that it's just going down the road to Denver, and it was purchased in Boulder, so there you have it. This is, a personal closet item, and I'm really glad to be getting some of my money back, because when you go to a concert, you're spending hundreds of dollars on tickets, and then you spend hundreds of dollars on merch. And I will say, thank you, Poshmark, for allowing me to recoup some of my money that I have spent on things for my kids. Really, that's how I started poshing. My daughter had a pair of Lululemon Hottie Hots that I paid, $65, $58 for, and she wore them what feels like twice, and they just sat in her drawer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell these, and I posted them and they sold in 20 minutes. I sold them for like 30 bucks and they were a great pink color. Of course I'd post them so much higher now, but that's the learning curve and the learning curve tax of Posh. And so that's how I started. I started just simply trying to get back some of the money that I spent on higher ticket items for my daughters and items that I was no longer wearing. So I didn't even go outsourcing intentionally to sell on Poshmark, probably for a few months after I started reselling. Okay, the next item I sold is a pair of vintage, the brand is Rouge. These are just ski mitts, and you know, what can I say? Another funny thing to be selling in almost May. Didn't expect to sell the ski mitts, the winter mitts right now, but here we are, going into the warm part of the year and selling winter mitts. So no complaints from me. I got these at the bins. They sold for $27. I always pick up things like that because I feel like someone in my family can always use some type of ski gear, and I don't really know if the size is going to be right, but if it's at the bins, it's really not that much of a crapshoot. So I picked these up. They didn't work for anyone in my family, but they are beautiful insulated leather gloves. And this is like truly like one of the worst packing jobs I've ever done. Gorgeous. I'm gonna just mail these off with a "You're Awesome" sticker. Yeah. It is, let's see, 10:10 p.m. and here we are in my garage shipping out vintage leather ski mittens. Okay, welcome to mile 25 of the marathon Ship With Me, and we have 4 pairs of shoes to ship. First up is a pair of Vibram 5 fingers, and these are really unique because I said it in my other video that I just posted, but these are like ballet flats meets Vibram 5 fingers, because the other ones that they sell have a lot of like straps and are like more athletic feeling. Not that these aren't athletic, but these are like a very minimalist 5 finger shoe. So they're pretty cool looking. And these actually, let's see, sold for $55, and I don't have any 5 fingers at the moment. I've sold all of them that were in my closet, and I will say the first pair that I had, and this is the 3rd pair I've ever sold, but the first pair that I had, I went back and forth with people. They wanted to pay me $20 for these shoes, and I'm like, no, I'm not selling these for $20. Like, I'm not selling them for $20. And I didn't have to, because someone paid what I was asking for them. Now, I base my pricing on condition and also availability. So these are a little bit more of a unique style than some of the 5 fingers. They have more that are a little bit more aggressive. So I based my price on that they're not readily available. I couldn't find another pair on Posh, and so I posted them for $55, and of course I had $20-some offers on them, and I didn't take it. I waited, and I don't think they were posted for a month. Okay, so my battery died. It has just been, I'm telling you, quite the video today. I had to stop for an overheated camera. I had to change the battery. I went thrifting. So I'm just going to do minimal tape. I'm not going to sit here and do a major taping job in this box, but the next item to sell is a pair of Fry. These were a really quick sell too, guys, and I watch videos and I hear other resellers say, like, I don't pick up Fry. You don't pick up Fry? One of the greatest American brands. Fry is one of the greatest American brands, right up there with Levi's. Like, how can you pass on Fry? Not me. I will never pass on Fry unless it's really trashed, and then I'll pass on it. But these are gorgeous, and they're a size 10, which is my size, but I don't need heels, so I'm not keeping them. But I think I just bought these like 2 weeks ago. I know for a fact I bought them in the month of April. So there you have it. These sold for $60, and I bought them for $9.99. So if you buy a pair of Lululemon leggings for $9.99 that you sell for $32, but you won't buy a pair of $9.99 Fry shoes that you can sell for $60, you may have to rethink your business practices. That's my advice. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna finish up the packaging off camera. Next up is a pair of Adidas. These are Fancy Pants Adidas. I'm gonna put the entire name on the screen. They're Pharrell Williams. They're Hue, I believe, for Human Design. They have all these fancy names on them, and I had these in my closet for $125. I took an offer from $90. I went back and forth in my head, like, am I gonna take the offer? Am I gonna counter? If I counter, I'm gonna lose the sale. And they do have some stains on them. They're not in perfect condition, but they look great. And I just bought these for like $12.99 not even a week ago. The last item to sell is a pair of Danskos, another brand that I hear many resellers say they don't buy. Denise buys Danskos. I just bought a pair tonight for myself. This Dansko is called the Marisol. These are really, like, they're different than the Professional, and people seek out the Marisol in particular. So if you're one of those people that just doesn't like picking up Dansko, which is fine. I don't like picking up a lot of brands that other people pick up. Soft surroundings. And, you know, it's like these Danskos, if you see these, don't pass on them. Like, this is what the heel looks like. It's like one piece, and it looks a little bit different than the regular Dansko clog. This color in particular is also a little bit harder to find, and so I held out on the price on these, and I sold them for $70. And we have reached the end of the video. I'm gonna pack these up off camera just so I'm gonna put how much I paid for all of these items, my cost of goods, what I paid in fees to Poshmark, what I paid to offset the cost of shipping, and then what my profit was from the sales this weekend. I am inching up at one of the better sales months that I've ever had, and I'm potentially, I know for a fact I'm gonna have the best sales month so far of 2023 in April, and it's great because April was kind of sleepy for me last year, so I am energized and enthused with how things are going for me right now on Poshmark. Take care, everyone. I really appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video, and I'm hoping to, you know, stay consistent here on YouTube. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.